Hey everyone, Mystery here, and I wanted to talk about the relic area for Shadowbringers, Boja. I am going to go through the differences between Boja and Eureka, and also about the grind itself, because it's a lot. Before I go into it, the definition of grind is hard, dull work. I'm literally not joking. Type it in on Google, you'll find the definition right there. It's the noun definition. Just look it up. Eureka was more of an inspiration from Final Fantasy XI, while Boja is actually a storyline based on Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy XII. Now, to unlock both of them have different qualifications. For Eureka, you just have to be level 70 and complete the base Stormblood story to unlock it. For Boja, however, there's a few more hoops. First, you have to do the Evolution raids that were released in Stormblood, and you have to finish the base story of Shadowbringers. Story-wise, it makes so much sense, considering the raid ties into the relic quest itself. You'll realize that. I'm not spoiling the story for any of y'all. Now, the grind in Boja isn't as bad as Eureka when it came out. I'm talking about you, boggos! First off, in Eureka, you have a complete different level grind called Elemental Level, and you build that up by going through the areas itself along with the story, and by participating in fates by hitting a bunch of monsters to spawn said fates. Yeah, that's a sentence. In Boja, however, you can enter at level 80, or you can go in there at level 71 to grind levels in that place, and just gradually level your rank by gathering a lot of metal to go through the story and opening up more areas. To get metal in the area, you need to go to these fates called skirmishes or resistant battles. This process is so much easier to go through, and it has helped a lot of people get their Amara mount, which you get for getting every battle class to max level. Ain't he cute? He's so adorable. Hello everyone, Editing Mystery here. So as I was recording footage for this video, I got a couple of things. First thing I wanted to note that I completely forgot was that when it came to switching classes in each area, Eureka, you would have to do it in the hub because you couldn't do it out in the field. Whereas Boja, you can do it in the hub or out in the field as long as you're not in battle. Makes it simple, makes it easy, makes you go back to what you were doing a lot faster. Eureka made it a lot harder. As you noticed in the Eureka footage that I have, you notice this dial that I use to make sure that I'm hitting the boss. Well, that dial is used for their elemental weaknesses. The more you did, the more elemental stuff you had to do. And every single time, and especially this is in Baldesion Arsenal, you have to keep switching this thing over and over again. It sucked. Whereas in Boja, some of the enemies have a weakness, but you can only tell based on what's under their bar, and it makes it 10 times easier. You don't have to switch a dial. Made it easy. So, there you go, everyone. Stuff I missed. If I missed any more, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be able to pin that comment. Alright, back to the script. Boja may be better in terms of getting the areas unlocked and people having more incentive to grind there for levels, but some of the relic grinds itself are hit or miss. The positive of this is you don't have to be in Boja to get the majority of the stuff needed to get to the next relic weapon. But Boja is where you will be going anyway because of how much of a grind it is and the RNG needed to get said items. Along with also getting the next relic steps. Not joking. I'm not joking about this at all. Thankfully, you can go outside of Boja to get some of the items to get it, but the RNG is less in later steps than the lower steps, such as the 20 of 3 different kinds of memories to get the next step. But you have to get them in different parts of Boja or somewhere around Heavensward areas. With Eureka, you could only get the items in Eureka itself, so the grind burned out in that area was more prevalent than in Boja. Because Boja, you could just do a daily or just fake grind for a few hours to get it. Not in Eureka. You had no choice but to be in Eureka. to get your items. And you'd be in there for like, what, 3-6 hours? Ugh. But of course, there is somewhat of a positive when it comes to Eureka. Eureka at the end of Hydados has a 56-man raid known as Baldessian Arsenal, where you will need to be in Discord to at least understand mechanics and to hear callouts. For those in Crystal Data Center, I will link a Discord down below that helps run them all the time. For other data centers, I'm trying my best. If I do find the links, I will link them down below for all you guys as well. I'm keeping you all together. Trust me. In Boja, we have Castrum, Delabrum, and Delretta. With 48 players per run, you don't need to be in Discord to complete these, but you need to always keep an eye on the chat to be able to know certain mechanics or the way your party is going. Or, check your map. The difference between these two are how to unlock them and how they progress the relic weapons. With Bardessian Arsenal, it's mostly optional and it gives a perk for your weapon, but not needed, and it's just a challenge in itself. But to unlock it, you have to go through all of Eureka's areas to get to it, and to be elemental level 60, and to be up to date on the story in Eureka. That was a grind in itself, just to get there. And then, you get a cool mount at the end of it, as long as you find the run for it. Link below for the Discords. For Castrum, Delabrum, and Delretta, they are needed for the relic weapons, and to get other areas in Boja unlocked. We do have a Savage version of Delbrum, which of course you will need the Discord for, also down in the description below. You have to be a certain rank to unlock both Castrum and Delretta, not Delabrum though. What you need to unlock Delabrum is to complete Castrum, which at this point in time is actually very easy to do. To unlock Castrum, you need to be rank 10, but it is random when it pops, so you need to keep an eye on it. To unlock Delretta, you need to be rank 25, which is the highest rank you can get for all of Boja. And like Castrum, it is random when it pops, so you need to be vigilant. Basically, the more time in Boja, the more metal you get. Unfortunately, to get the next steps for your weapon, you need to have these areas unlocked to get the best weapon in the expansion. Of course, in the descriptions of each quest, you do have alternative ways to get the items needed, which can help some of the grind if you do your dailies while grinding, but also you could just take a day off your grinding to relax and not burn yourself out from the game or the grind itself. In my experience, getting these weapons have been easier than previous expansions, but some of the looks are a bit weird. Thankfully, glamours exist and you can have your weapon match your outfits. Now, don't get me wrong, getting relic weapons is always a grind, and we all have lives outside of the computer, depending on what's going on in the fire of the world. 2020 hit different, right? But it also shows off how much work you were able to go through to get that full powerful weapon that can be made into a glamour in the next expansion. It's true. Happens all the time. The grinding stuff differs. For Eureka, you had no alternative to get what was needed to upgrade your weapons. In Boja, you had other ways to get the necessary items needed. Yes, in some steps it's faster to go into Boja than to go into other stuff, but in other steps it's better to be out of Boja to grind. It helps when you grind, for me at least, it helps visually so you're not seeing so much of the same thing all the time. Like, it helps a lot. Whatever your preference at this point, at the time of writing this, we are less than 2 months away from Endwalker, and grinding for pretty weapons or the like is a time sink some of us are willing to spend on. So while I also do the weapon grind for all the other classes, I have a few things in mind to do before Endwalker officially comes out.
Oh man. Alright.
Ugh, my sword's all sticky.
Cobwebs everywhere. I bet no one has set foot in here for some time.
You've got the wrong vector.
Good day. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out with the differences between Eureka and Boja. If you guys did like this video. I did do a Eureka video a couple years ago where I listed my top to bottom areas of Eureka, so I will link that in the card here or in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all when Endwalker comes out. Goodbye, everyone!